Congress races.
There was an instance in Japan where, a fan got a little bit, mouthy, and I don't know if he understood the words he was saying, but by the end of his meeting, he understood that the words that he was saying were offensive. So
He was on the other side of the rail?
yeah. Not even there wasn't even a rail. Yeah. In Japan, we are required to anybody who offends us that crosses a line, be it touching, this kind of like touching, or, a line that's like severely crossed, you beat the shit out of them, and then you keep it moving. It's all about respect there.
Jamie Wild, are there any known or closeted racists in the business that you can identify for us besides Bubba, of course? It doesn't have to be anyone you work with personally, but maybe someone you heard about. If you did work with them, how did you deal with them?
I don't even know if Bubba's an actual racist. He says some racist shit, but I don't know the dude that well. I mean, my hand knows his face pretty well, but I don't know that dude that well. But let's see. Yes, there are, and I prefer not to say their names because I may be working with them again.
Well, your hand might know their face someday.
True. It takes a lot to get a rise out of me, believe it or not. But contrary to popular belief, it takes a lot. I don't have a middle. I have hot or cold. So I prefer to stay cold most of the time. And then when you push the buttons, and people like to push buttons.
Tony Atlas said something to us that I thought was interesting on the topic of racism. And he said in his time, the racism he experienced most was from other black men trying to get that spot because there were so few. Have you run into that at all?
No, and I actually can identify what he's talking about. When I first got to TNA, the only black female there was Jackie Moore. And I was so afraid that she was gonna be like, a bitch to me because I'm fresh out from Japan, and I have these beliefs instilled in me that the veteran gets the respect no matter how bad they treat you. You respect them. You don't say anything to them, they get respect. So I was so afraid that she was gonna treat me like shit and push me out. And I met her, and it was quite the contrary. She totally looked out for me.
Let's see. Ramsey has a video. But first he says, Dear Amazing Kong, in Vince Russo's You Shoot, available at kayfabecommentaries.com, he associated your name. Well, let's just take a look.
Oh my gosh. Here's a still you don't want to make USA Today tomorrow, huh? Awesome.
I get it associated with a black dog.
Doing it very good.
I didn't really know what he meant.
Find out who slapped you in the face with it. It's big, it's black.
Big and black, right?
It's big and black, there you go.
Gossip. Here come the gossip. Das Owens, huge fan, was wondering if the incident in Anaheim Hotel Bar while you were in TNA is true, and if so, why did it happen? Let's recap for anyone who doesn't know. According to the Wrestling Globe newsletter, following Bounce of Glory 2009, there was an altercation involving a TNA knockout late Sunday night during a pay-per-view at the party at the Hilton Hotel in Irvine. Guy was insulting the boyfriend of Awesome Kong. So she called him out and took care of business. Kong pushed him, he flew like 15 feet, said one observer. Then he got in her face and she kicked his ass. How does that sound to you?
Oh, sounds like a fight a lot. That's about what happened. The dude was rude. My fiance, my boyfriend at the time was now my fiance, didn't want to, cause trouble, so he tried to keep a low profile. And the guy wanted an autograph. I was speaking to someone extremely important, a movie producer, and I said, sure, just let me finish this conversation and I'll be right with you. And it was less than 30 seconds, and the guy was drunk and belligerent, and evidently my boyfriend, didn't like the way he asked me because it was kind of like, I'm used to that, so I can handle that. But so he asked me, tell me please, can you please have an autograph? And so he goes, well, fuck you. And then I turn around, I was like, oh no, that's my boyfriend, he's just protecting me. Well, fuck you too. You can say fuck you to him, but you ain't gonna say fuck you to me. And then the rest of what you read.
That's what happened. Can you go with me everywhere? So the guy in front of me in Target say, oh, you hear that motherfucker come? Yeah, you heard that? All right, Jason Worthing, have you ever been stiffed on a payday? If so, which promotion?
TNA. Yeah. That's about it.
All that panda energy money.
Aye.
Karsten Hollies, Blerick, the Netherlands, China has mentioned as being one of your inspirations. Is this true? And if so, how do you feel about the most recent choice of career, X-rated industry?
I met her. She's half the reason why I got my opportunity in Japan. She was training over there in LA, and I was doing a reality series, and she was fresh off of WWE and trying to put the pieces of her life back together. If she likes it, I love it. You know what I mean? I have different beliefs that, contradict what she's doing now. But if it's if she's comfortable with all them dicks in her mouth, then
Right.
she's comfortable with all them dicks in her mouth.
Listen, makes it tough to whistle, but she's a little lost. Sometimes, no?
She is who she is. I think she's very intelligent. That's
She
what,
is.
she speaks these different languages. She has a higher IQ than average. So, it's just like, what do you do? Do you lock her in a basement, make her dry out, and say, start all over? She needs to let go of some stuff and move on from some things, and I think that she'd do better if she did that.
I think she's compensating for some rough stuff in the past.
Yes.
I think. Ron Dixon, I was sorry to hear that you were arrested a couple of years ago. However, you could at least be happy to know that your mugshot is nowhere close to the most embarrassing wrestling mugshot out there, and there's a lot of them. How do you think yours compares to, say, Scott Hall?
Okay, one, I wasn't arrested. I was never arrested.
What is that, your DMV picture?
No. This, I had a warrant out, and before I could sign my contract, I had to take care of all this, the business, because, if you have a warrant, you come in the States, they'll extradite you if you're, in that area. So I had to go down there and sign, some papers, and then, of course, they just take a picture of you and they take your prints or whatever, but I never was arrested, never been in handcuffs. Okay. Nope. But that cracked me up because people thought I spent Christmas or something. It was around Christmas time. They thought I spent Christmas in jail. I'm like, I'm on a plane back home, bitches. No. Okay. Ain't no coppers ever caught me.
All right, here we are at Central Booking. It's time for the mugshot game now. We're going to rank these. We've got 10. If you could give me the top 3 in order of worst. So 3 pretty bad, 2 pretty awful, and 1, the most haggard son of a bitch there. We've got Awesome Kong, Scott Hall, Jim Neidhart, Brian Christopher, Dan Spivey, Matt Hardy, Big Show, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, and Sandman.
Okay, number 3, I would have to say it's a tie between me and Brian Christopher. We both look, I just look mean,
Really? Yes, I didn't even think you'd make the top 3.
I just look deadly.
Well, you don't look happy, but busted up like that.
One, I didn't know it was going to be released. So I was like, oh, you need a picture? Sure. But the next thing you know, I'm reading about it. 2, Sandman. And then number 1, Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did somebody bust him in his eye? That's worse than Mel Gibson's.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Karsten Hollies, Well, Eric, the Netherlands, besides in Japan, in my opinion, women wrestling cannot be taken seriously by the way it is portrayed. Most of the time, the focus is on T&A, not TNA, T&A aspect, and wrestling skills do not seem to matter at all. You are an exception to this. You're a legitimate wrestler whose matches I enjoy. What is your opinion on the female wrestlers, knockouts, divas, whose only ticket into the ring is their looks and don't possess any kind of wrestling skills?
You know, I love this question because I get it a lot. It's like a covert way to say you're ugly as hell without actually saying it. It's just like, oh, all these pretty girls, but you're not. You're so awesome because you have talent.
But isn't it legit to say, couldn't you be a pretty girl but be a good? I mean, there must be
Yeah, shit,
female
I am
wrestlers
a pretty
that,
girl and still kick ass.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're saying that they ask you because they think you're not. But there are great female wrestlers of all.
Yes, but
Of all
yeah,
walks.
I mean,
But are you annoyed by the girls that have a spot because they shouldn't?
no, I'm annoyed by the girls that have a spot. Yeah, yes, because mostly not because they have T and A, because I got some T, and I got some A. I'm mostly annoyed with the girls that, you know, they suck the cock and then they get the spot.
The Iron Sheik just showed up. Right? Right. Okay. So, well, of course, that aspect of it.
Yeah, like it's you know, people that rise to the top. I'm like, who's she fucking?
Right. That goes on.
I know, right?
God.
Oh my God.
For years in the WWF, it was only guys that got their jobs that way. I guess it's the women now.
Pay for pay.
Salvatore, in your opinion, are there any divas who are actually there for the pure love of the wrestling business,
Yes.
and not because they couldn't make it as models or singers? I know there were probably 2 or 3, but it's safe to say that those girls would leave in a flash if they got a record or modeling contract. Why don't
Yeah,
you give a
Gail
shout out?
Kim, number one, biggest. She's always been about wrestling. Like she loves her some wrestling. You know, and that bitch married to a millionaire now. She ain't gonna wrestle no more. She could sit up and get as shit big as me if she wanted to. She doesn't have to work another day of her life, but she chooses to.
Excellent. Jason Worthing, have you ever had anyone refuse to take any of your moves?
No, but I have been manipulated once, and I didn't realize it till afterwards, where the person suggested that I do the implant buster instead of the power bomb, because the implant buster is much more powerful. Because the power bomb, everybody does the power bomb, but the implant buster, it's really spectacular. And I was like, yeah, the implant buster. And it wasn't until like 2 months, I was like, wait a minute. I did a damn power bomb in like 3 months. Oh, these damn bitches
Didn't want to take it.
got me.
Uh-huh.
Got me.
Steve Favorovich, when in TNA, did Hogan ever try to fuck you? Get a little video out a couple of months ago.
I
see
know. It was so cute. It's so cute. Oh, so big. I just ate like a pig.
Well, that was hot, huh? What he lacks in hair, it appears he made up for with a...
Oh, yeah. I mean, she wrote him like a cowgirl do, but, you know, God, it's just so cute.
Never put the moves on you then.
Nothing I know of. I mean, like, seriously, I was, like, soon as he got there, I was, like, etched off TV a bit, and I only was booked, like, 2 or 3 times once he
Oh, so he fucked you in a different way.
Boom! Oh, he's quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He's real quick.
Anonymous, which AJW wrestlers were lesbians?
Damn, shit. More than half, I would say. Okay.
More than half.
I was okay. It's weird because like there, you know, like I said, they got the senpai kohai system, okay?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's kind of like how the older ones that were like full on would kind of like coax the younger ones, you know, and then the younger ones would kind of be like gay for the stay.
Right,
But
because like you said, you have to respect your
right
mentor, and if it means a little bit of that.
Well, I mean, for me,
Not you necessarily,
I
but-
play stupid. You give me the.
Right, passed out, right.
If you take advantage of that, then you just one dirty motherfucker. Just like Steve Carell did, I think in the movie once, but yeah, that was my shit way before this passed out. Just I replaced it, huh? Huh? What? I don't understand. It's the language barrier. But, like, you know.
What do you do? What does that
What-
mean? I don't get that.
That's
Right.
All right, F. Mary Kill submitted by McWhalen. Here we go. Daphne, Gail Kim, Hamada.
Let me see. Wow. I would kill my dass off because I know she'd forgive me in the afterlife. And then I would F Hamada because I know she a freak. And I'd marry Gail Kim because if I marry her, that means she divorced Robert Irvine and she got half his money.
Salvatore M. Most women tend to have good gaydar. I know this question's become cliche on you shoots, but tell me, you respect any gay male wrestlers who are in the closet?
Yeah, I do. That's their choice. If you know that there are some homophobes out there that's gonna, you know, impede or, you know, just halt your career because of your sexual orientation, then you gotta do what you gotta do. If you gotta keep it in the closet, you gotta keep it in the closet. You
Very
know,
good.
but I support you. If you come out, I'll support you. I'll march right along with you. I'll put on some rainbow stuff when we just go to the parade. Bye.